Hello, this is Kittens cycling in Switzerland. Today I will be cycling the Swiss lakes with the total distance around 140 kilometers. My stay is in Interlaken, and from here to Interlaken, Thun, and then come back. This is a long planned trip, and my original goal was to cycle the Alps mountains. But unfortunately, most of the hill roads were still off limits because of the danger of snow and avalanche. Thus, I'm cycling the relatively low altitude lake areas. The reason why I chose Interlaken is that the town is close to the famous mountain pass called Grimsel Pass and Fulka Pass. Also, the hotel was quite cheap for Switzerland. It has private rooms but shared bathrooms, which was more than enough for me. So after starting the cycling from my hotel, now I'm climbing up the hill of Ares Schlut, a nice short windy ascent. Schlut is an amazing cliff road that was originally built more than 100 years ago. It is still maintained and looked after using the traditional technology. I walked this path on the other day of my trip, and I'll be covering it in a separate video. After climbing, now I'm descending towards a town called Meiringen. It's a cozy town located in between Interlaken and Interkirchen. The town has a small military airport, so you should not fly any drones nearby. Also in Meilingen, there are a lot of waterfalls around. One of the waterfalls called Leichenbach is the place where Sherlock Holmes died in Conan Doyle's novel. I'm also visiting this waterfall on the other day without my bike. The bike road from Meilingen to Interlaken is wonderful. And actually, I've never seen a bike road paved like this smooth. Even though it's in such a rural place in Switzerland. Now I should be heading to Interlaken, but I should have taken the road on the north side of the lake, because the road on the south coast of the lake is mostly tunnels and not bike friendly. I went up the hill, but eventually I came down the same way and took the north road. But still, I was rewarded by this amazing waterfall called Giesbach and its hotel. Later, I found out that this hotel was featured in the later scene of Band of Brothers, the famous TV series. When I saw the series a long time ago, I thought I really wanted to visit that place. So I'm definitely coming and staying here on my next Switzerland trip. Hopefully in the near future, perhaps this summer. Now I'm approaching the famous town of Interlaken, and there were a few drops of rain. The reason why I did not stay in this town is that the price was a bit more expensive than Interlaken, and I wanted to go over the Grimsel and Furka pass on my bike. And those passes are a bit far away if I start cycling in Interlaken. But again, as I said, those passes were blocked because of the snow and ice. What a shame. From Interlaken is all the way to Thun, a proper Swiss city, much bigger than small towns like Interlaken. The lake on my right is called Thun Lake. I'm first cycling on the south of the lake, hit the city, and come back through the road on the north side of the lake, so that I can do a nice circle route. Thun was actually the best town I've come across during my cycle trip. It's not as big and busy as Geneva or Bern, and has nice atmosphere. I visited two places on Thun on my bike. First one is this Scherliskerlus, forgive my German pronunciation, a nice looking old bridge across the river. And the second one is Thun Castle. You can walk over this bridge, of course not on your bike, and there's a nice park alongside the river shore too. And here is Thun Castle, situated high up on the hill. To access the castle, you have to ride on the cobblestone a little bit. At the balcony of the castle, you can enjoy the full vista of Thun city. That's the furthest I'm going on today's cycling. And now I am heading back to Interlaken, but this time on the north shore road of Thun Lake. On the way, I stopped it briefly at a nice-looking restaurant on the lake shore called Sea Restaurant, and I had a delicious pizza to fuel me up for my return trip. Just before entering Interlaken, there is this amazing cliffside road with nice bends and lovely tunnels. Again, the road paving is silky smooth. This is truly a great Swiss engineering. I really enjoyed this during my whole time in Switzerland. Here I'm passing through Interlaken rather quickly because the raindrops were getting heavier and the sky began to get dark. Still, Interlaken is a very lovely small village, and if my goal was not cycling the hilly mountain path in Alps, then I really think staying in Interlaken would be better than staying in Interlaken. Maybe because of the rainpour, the water level on the canal looks quite high, which gives you a nice, cool, watery feeling. From Interlaken to Meiringen, I went to the same bike road that I took in the morning. There is the main car road, number 6 car road, running side by side to this bike road. But since it's busier with cars, so this bike road is much more pleasing. I'm taking some interesting poses for my selfie and Instagram. And maybe if it's just me not being accustomed to, but with these deep section wheels, I find it a bit hard to let go of my both hands from the handlebar. Again, the lovely countryside view of Switzerland with the flawless road paving. Just briefly stopping here to see the cute cows. And finally, I'm doing the RS Schlut Osts, which is RS Schlut East descent into Interlaken again. And you can see on the left, that's the village that I started cycling in the morning. Still the amazing view, nice paving, but since it's quite wet with the rain, so I had to be really careful not to slip. And that's it for today's cycling, about 140 kilometers, mainly around the Swiss lake areas. And tomorrow I will be visiting Matterhorn and Zermatt in my car. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.